lose track in the play because you're stunned by what your quarterback is doing. This guy gives their team the best chance to make a run. The quarterback. Yeah, speaking of that run in the playoffs, this is years in winning. I mean, you're talking about a possible Randy. Of course, Patrick Mahomes is sitting on the sideline until next year. He's going to have to face good quarterbacks, those Ole Miss, and of course, maybe Trevor Lawrence. But this seems like the year. Yeah, this game's in the game. See, I was scared to get the win. Hey, that is the guy. That's probably watching day. A very tough guy to tackle. That guy's a tough guy to defend. Now, we'll see him. Miles Garrett is position right now. Remember, first half of this game is still even. Josh Allen goes back to throw. No better guy to get it on than Josh. Being shocked. Same game parlays and more on anything that has the question in the vernacular. Fellas, who you got?
Be right with you guys. I'm just checking some stuff out here real quick. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm looking for right here. All right. There we go. That's all I really needed from you. Thank you very much. All right. What's up, Clayton? Okay. There we go. All right, we are ready to roll here. All right. What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Browns live stream. Week 16. Yep, that's right. Only got 3 games left in the season. You know, it's crazy how fast the season's gone. Honestly, not even gonna lie. The last couple weeks, I haven't even gotten excited at all for the Browns. I've been more excited for the Buckeyes than the Browns at this point. And it's crazy. I mean, a couple years ago, I was always getting juiced up for these games. Now here we are. 2025. Browns are garbage again, and they are staring down potentially making another coaching change. What do we expect from the Lions today versus the Steelers? Lions are probably going to kick their butt. But to be honest, Steelers are probably going to somehow find a way to win. I know my guy Josh really wants the Lions to lose today. Right? I mean, I can't really fault him for that. It's like, I get it. I get what you're saying, my guy. There we go. Okay. Adjust my scoreboard a little bit here. I've literally went the last couple of weeks, the scoreboard looking very uneven for some reason. And it's funny, my dogs always find the time to start making a lot of noise for some reason. They know I'm going live and they're like, hey, the dude's live. Let's freaking just bark like a bunch of ravenous hounds. Okay, I'm brighten up my scoreboard a little bit here. There we go. That's better. All right. There we go. That should. Whoop. See, I almost did it again. Gotta fix the damn record. 10-4, 3-11. Booyah. I almost did it again, guys. I almost freaking did it again. gonna give a lot of the fans that the Browns fans that are going to these games credit because I wouldn't go to these games. I'd rather sit here and watch the game for free than go to the game and sit in the cold to watch the Browns look like durr. You know what I'm saying? Of course, the one thing I'm really watching today is Myles Garrett's pursuit of the sack record. He is, I believe, 1.5 away from tying the record, and then he needs 2 to break it. So he gets 1 sack, and then he's already essentially 1 more sack away from doing it. He's at 21.5. The record is 22.5. And then, of course, 1 more after that will be 23.5. So he'll do it. So, as we get ready for 3 more hours or so of emotional torture, courtesy of our favorite football team, let's get the inactive lists for you guys here. But as I look up the inactives, the Bills are 4-1 in their last 5. They had 2 nail-biting wins over the Bengals and the Patriots. Last week, they came back from down multiple touchdowns to beat New England. And they only lost to Houston. Yeah. But Houston's been playing amazing lately. Got to give them credit. They've been playing a lot better. And then the Browns, of course, they're 1-4 in their last 5. They beat the Raiders, and then aside from that game against Tennessee, nothing much really to show. They look great again. They look good against Baltimore. Could have won that game. They beat the snot out of the Raiders. Although I could have sworn we scored more than 24, but hey, I'll take it, right? Seemed like we did. But yeah, they're coming off one of the worst performances of the year. Well, the worst performance of the year. Yeah. See if they follow it up. But for the inactives, Buffalo, Jordan Phillips, Gabe Davis, Keon Coleman, a healthy scratch, Donnell Savage, Matt Prater, Larry Ogunjobi, Tylen Grable, and Chase Lunt. Well, Chase is on the IR. Yeah, the IR list is actually pretty small compared to other teams. Ed Oliver, he'll be back possibly by the beginning of the new year. Not new season, new year. Just in time for the playoffs. Tyler Bass, done for the year. Samuel, he'll be back possibly next week. Landon Jackson, same thing. And Dorian Strong. That's what ESPN says. Michael Hecht, done for the year. Taylor Rapp, back on the 4th, possibly. DeMar Hamlin, back next week. Dwayne Carter, done for the year. Wandy Owens, done for the year. So, not that bad. When you're only missing 1, 2, 3, 4 players. What, 4 players done for the year? Like, for sure? Pretty good. Pretty good. Not too shabby. And then, of course, Chase Lund is also on IR. He'll be back on the 17th, possibly. So, there's that. And then, of course, for the Browns, we already know Denzel Ward, inactive, injured, of course. Dylan Sampson, Mike Hall, healthy scratch, interesting. Wyatt Teller, Jamari Thrash, David Njoku, and Sam Kamara. And their inactive IR list is pretty extensive, obviously. Yeah. Jack Conklin, done for the year, possibly done as a Brown, which I wouldn't be mad because the dude has essentially robbed the team of money. To be fair, though, the first couple years he was good, right? He was really good his first couple years here. And then the injuries started happening, and the dude has never been the same. Can't stay on the field. Winston Reed, possibly back next week. We'll see, I guess. Detron, he's probably not coming back. Let's be real. Posick, done for the year. Ford, done for the year. Malik Collins, done for the year. Dom Jones and DeAndre Carter could be back next week. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Not next week. It says the 28th, but they're on IR, so they're out Minimum of 4 games. Dewan Jones, done for the year. Nathaniel Watson, Kendall, Emerson, Osborne, and Cormore, of course, all done for the year. So, like, exact opposite of the Bills. We might get like 3 or so players back, if that. So that's a look at that. Now, the betting line for this game is Bills favored by 10.5, so it didn't move really at all since I talked about it in my preview video. Over under 41.5, and the money line for the Bills is -600, and for the Browns is +440. Shedeur Sanders officially eclipsed the leader in passing yards this year for the Browns. 72 of 138, 5 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, with 946 yards passing. Josh Allen, 284 of 406, 25 touchdowns, 10 picks, with 3,276 passing yards. On the ground, Crenshaw Judkins, 222 carries, 805 yards, 7 touchdowns. James Cook, who's probably going to have a career game because that's what's been happening to us lately, 271 carries, 1,415 yards, 10 touchdowns. I could see him getting in the end zone a couple times today, just because. Khalil Shakir, 650 yards on 62 receptions and 4 touchdowns. For the Bills, Howard Fannin Jr., tight end, rookie, leading receiver. Who would have thought? 66 receptions, 667 receiving yards, 4 touchdowns. And then leading sack getter, Joey Bosa for the Bills with 5. Myles Garrett, 21.5. Again, 1 sack from tying the single season sack record, 22.5. Held by Michael Strahan and, of course, TJ Watt, who we face possibly next week. And then 1 more after that, he'll break not only the record for modern era, but he'll be the overall leader. Even talking about before he was a stat. So he'll do it with 2 sacks today for sure. And then Cole Bishop leads the Bills in tackles with 76. Carson Schlesinger, 133. Can you say defensive rookie of the year? It sucks because we're probably going to have the defensive player and defensive rookie of the year on this team. But we have 3 wins. You do know one thing, defense hasn't been the issue. That's for damn sure. That's for damn sure. All right. Hey, YouTube Studio, can we wake up, please? All right, so we don't need the thing open on here anymore. Okay. Let's go. So Browns will receive to start the game here. Lovely. Lovely. And the kick's away. And you'll get it to about the 31. Here we go. Shedeur Sanders, 2 interceptions his first 3 games, and then last week, 3 picks. 2 of them really weren't on him, to be fair. Well, 1 kind of was, the last one. But the one to Jerry Jeudy. It was in his hands, and he gave it to the corner, pretty much. Classic. Shotgun for Shedeur. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Judkins in space. Get to the 37. Judkins has been not bad, but he just hasn't done much. Ohio State would have 10 complete passes of 30 plus yards in first 4 games, 169.5 pass yards per game allowed this season. Damn. So they have a really good pass defense, of course. There's Judkins. Gets about 3. It'll set up a 3rd and 1. The last couple weeks, the Browns have done virtually nothing on offense on their first drive. See if that changes this week. Going tempo, 3rd and 1. First down. Just to around the 46, 45-yard line. Already a better start, of course. I'm going to turn off Twitter just to... All right. Just in time. Looks like YouTube Studio's having a little hoop session. Huh. There's Shadur. Shotgun. Dumps it off. Here's Fannin, the rookie. We'll throw these dudes off him. Oh, hell yeah. Lower that shoulder, young blood. Ugh. Show him what it is. Ugh. Ugh. He's not afraid to get a little physical. Just get off me. You're bigger than these dudes, man. These guys are tiny. 1st and 10. 67. Oh my God, 67 receptions, most receptions by a Browns rookie all time. 6. Here's a reverse. This is on with the reverse. That's one thing I like about Bond. He's got that downfield speed. Get him in space and watch him run. That's perfectly executed. A little bit of a little block by Shadur just to slow down the defender. Good stuff. Honestly, I mean, good stuff. Good job, Kevin. I like this drive so far. 3 first downs already in the first half. They had 1 last week. All right, back to pass. Pot gets inside the 20. That's Jerry Jeudy. First half offense last week, 57 total yards, 1 first down. Yeah, they literally couldn't do a damn thing. Already inside the 20. Under center. Tillman motions. Hands it off. Judkins gets near the first down. I'm not sure they're going to give it to him. Let's see. See where they mark him. I think he might have got there, but he's probably like a half a yard short. Now they got the first down. Again, it's mostly a patchwork O-line besides Joel Bitonio. Everybody else is straight up injured. 1st and 10. Play action. There's Fannin all alone. Touchdown. What we saw there was vintage 2020 play calling Kevin. That's the best first drive in a while, actually. They marched right on down the field. Literally marched right on down the field. Methodical. Beautiful drive. Play action. Wow. Evan must have had a come to Jesus moment last night or something. You know, he's like, go back to being a competent coach again. And again, this is only the first drive. These might be the only points we score today. But it's a good start. It's a good start. I can't be mad about what we're doing right here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, They move the ball down the freaking field. And you know why? Because the run game actually worked. That's the best the run game has looked. I mean, it's not much, but they got first downs. They moved down the field. Wow. Best first drive, I think, since maybe, I don't even remember the last time we had a best first drive. Seriously, I don't even, maybe the Raider game? Wow. All right. This first drive the Browns have had in a while. That was the best first drive we've had in a minute. Coach Prime in the house to watch, of course. Santa Claus. Even I can't help it. Wow. We haven't seen that play action bootleg in a while. You'll watch as the Browns defense gives up a two-play bomb to freaking Khalil Shakir for a touchdown. Oh no, it's probably gonna happen. Browns defense is gonna let up the easiest drive and known to man. So that's usually what they do when they score first. The defense is like so shocked that we actually have the lead, they don't know how to act. There's a live look at downtown Cleveland, very winter-esque, I guess, bare trees, gray skies. 8 play, 69-yard drive, of course. Kick is away, and it goes into the end zone. Barely. I thought that thing was going to skip out of bounds because this freaking special teams unit stinks. Say the whole special teams unit, it's mainly the kickoff and kick return coverage teams. 158 yards in the second half, 2 touchdowns for the Bills for Allen. 35-1 in the first half. First lead the Browns have had since the Raider game. No, wait. They played against the Niners, didn't they? For like a minute. That would be hilarious, but that's not going to happen. Let's be real. Under center for Allen. Here we go. Josh Allen already running for about 7 yards. Allen just slides down. He's got a ripped leg sleeve. 158 rush yards per game, leads the NFL. Myles Garrett, 21.5 sacks. The record is 22.5. So one more and he'll tie the record. For real. Second and 4. And there's James Cook. First down. Yep, we already know what's going to happen. They're going to march right on down the field. I've just, again, like I've said before, Malik Collins apparently was the best run stuffing D tackle in the NFL because since he's been hurt, we've been gashed by Tony Pollard and DeAndre Swift. And now we got James Cook. Yeah, we were winning until the 2-minute warning. Yeah. This is the first lead since the San Francisco game. Oh, we were leading against Tennessee. That's right. Yep, here we go. We saw this coming. We also led, I think we led against Tennessee. Yeah, we did. So it's been our first lead in about a couple weeks. Still. Obviously, we looked like a deadhead. We looked like a dead team against the Bears. But our defense is going to get gashed because Malik Collins must have been the best run-stuffing D tackle ever. He goes out, and we can't stop a nosebleed. First and 10. Already at midfield. Dumps it off. And again, no Denzel Ward either, so you already know they're going to be picking on wherever Miles Harden is. They're going to bully that dude. Denzel out with a calf injury. Surprisingly, not a concussion. He's actually done pretty good with that stuff lately. And then Keon Coleman and Davis are both out with coach's decision. So healthy scratches. 2nd and 4. 8:11 to go. I could really go for a turnover right here, guys. Just saying. If we can get the offense back on the field with a lead, that'd be a miracle. There goes Cook. 30, 20, 10, 5. Into the end zone, just like I freaking said, because this freaking defense is ass without Malik Collins. I told you. Didn't I tell you? I told you. Run defense. Malik Collins was the best D tackle in the NFL, apparently. He gets hurt, and we can't stop a nosebleed. And then these losers can't tackle. Classic. Lovely. They can never hold a damn lead for longer than a drive lately. Malik Collins, man. He was a generational D tackle. Ron D can't stop a damn nosebleed. I mean, it's pretty simple. Just run at the Browns because they can't stop you. Yeah. That lead lasted a whole about a couple minutes. God. Malik Collins must have been a generational run-stopping D tackle because my God, dude. Literally, like, look at the numbers. You think I'm just he's just making stuff up. Look at the numbers, right? Look at the run yards that we've given up with Malik Collins out there. Okay, give up run yards, yeah. For the most part, they were able to contain the run. He gets hurt, and they've given up career games to Tony Pollard, essentially DeAndre Swift, and you know James Cook about to run crazy on us. You know, he saw the film and was like, ugh. Well, gotta love when our defense can't stop a damn nosebleed. That's great. Like I said, though. Like I said. Like, they're so shocked that we have a lead. They literally don't even get a stop. Methodical first drive. Not an ounce of resistance. he can do is laugh. All he can do is laugh to keep from crying. And who the hell would cry with this team? Here's the return. Oh, he should have kept bouncing it out wide. He could have got a big gain, but for some reason, these guys just want to have a nose for the traffic, I guess. They want to run into the crowd, not run away from it. Well, let's see how the Browns do on their second drive. Only team with winning record and negative first half point differential. There's someone with a giant chicken wing on his head. Shotgun for Shadur. Judkins to his left. Back to pass. Gets it to Judkins, who has a crowd of dudes around him. Corley just stood there. Well, you can't really do much. You don't want to block in the back. Get it some yards. 5-yard gain for Judkins. Second down. Season as the Browns OC for Tommy Reese. Under center. Corley motions. Delayed handoff. There goes Jenkins into space. He breaks free. 20. Inside the 20. And of course, there's a flag. And there's a holding. So bring him on back. There's the lovely holding call because these bums can't freaking block without holding. There it is. Yeah, there's no reason to grab him like that, Luke. Come on now. I'm gonna yank off his damn jersey. Good job, Luke. Based off of trends, that's probably where the drive ends. Big run, empty. And there's the shotgun for Shador. There's Fannin. This is off a defender. Damn. Week 1 starting O-line. Jones, Batonio, Posick, Teller, Conklin. Out for the season. Missing third straight game on IR. And then Joel Batonio, who's ironically been the most banged up of the group lately. He's been having back issues. He's there, starting every game. Like a stalwart, man. And there's an injured Bill. Shaq Thompson got rattled up by Fannin. He went to go tackle Fannin. He just bounced off him. Bad angles, bad tackling, bad everything. You know, if your team is really good when a player goes down and you keep going, right? But no, these guys really miss Malik Collins. Look at this. Just boom. Oh, yeah. So 3rd and 12. And we have a false start. No. Now Williams first down. Trevion Williams on a screen pass. And low-key, KT Leverston got away with a little early. Just a hair early, but perfectly executed walking downfield. Trevion Williams. No Sampson or Ford, so Williams Gets him in the Bills' territory. 4 plays of 10 plus yards already. Under center. Here's the handoff to Judkins. I'm sorry, that's Corley. I just saw someone running upfield. I was like, Judkins, that's Corley. I don't know why I thought that was Judkins. First down. Huh? Nice. It's first down, 4:45 to go. 7 first downs already. We had 1 last week. 25 rush yards already. They have 74 because James Cook is a beast. He's a dog. He's a damn dog. No. Under center, I formation. Play action. Loading up. Looking. Flag. There's probably something in the back. It looks like the flag's in the backfield here. It'd be on the defense. Probably why you had to wait so long. It's on Epinesa. Holding on Epinesa. Free first down for the Browns. See, he's holding the. Oh, yeah, he took down Fannin. Yeah. Damn. Opening quarter, they have 109 yards of offense already. First and 10. Hands it off, and he'll power forward for about 2. Second down. Wow, Chargers and Cowboys tied at 7. Oh, Quentin Johnston, nice. Okay, 10-4 Chargers. Undefeated in the division? Huh? Hey, yo. What a year they've had. Shador in the gun. And we have whistles. That time they got Leviston, I think. Yeah, that's the second time he's jumped, but this time he got caught. We'll be watching that dude all game now. You know damn well they're going to be watching his ass all game. Because you know the guys up top are like, yo, watch 72. He jumped before. Keep an eye on him. He's jumping his ass off. Because he's a bum. He's been a bum all year. Puts him back behind the 30-yard line. Back to pass. Dumped, and there's the tipped interception that we all know and love. Because these bozos can't freaking catch. Of course. Tipped interception. Yeah. Let me guess. Who did the ball go to? Judkins? Oh, it was behind him a bit. There is the tipped interception. Okay. This team is just so comedic. I mean, wow. Tipped interception, of course. This team, man, they're the comedy entrant, really. Follow up the best drive of the year, essentially. One of the best drives of the year, for sure. Well, they had no negative plays on that opening drive. None. And it's, of course. That's, again, that's not really Shador. That's Judkins. I think he threw it a little behind Judkins. Timing was a smidge off. Because he threw it kind of like this. And it went boink. And of course, that's the easiest interception ever. Actually have another great offensive drive, and then how long until it'll be 14-7 Bills, huh? How long until it's 14-7? I actually think the Browns defense gets a stop somehow. Yeah, I see OBS is acting up again. I can always tell yes because if my computer, if like my internet's acting up, I can't get on Twitter or anything. Second quarter coming up. We're tied at 7. Bills moving the ball with relative ease. This is what they do. This is what they do. Yeah. You know what, though? Teams watched what we did to Geno, and they're like, let's not do that. I don't know. I still to this day don't know what the hell Chip Kelly was doing with that game plan. You know what we're going to do? We're going to have Geno Smith sit in the pocket and just get his ass kicked by the Browns defense. I mean, you might as well say they had Geno sitting back there with meat with sausage links around his neck. I mean, every time you looked, sack, 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 bang, bang. Miles and company just teed off on that dude, man. Oh my god. What did Geno do to deserve getting his ass beat like that? Yes, it was just, you know, just business, right? Not personal. It's just business. You're in the way. I haven't seen us do that just to a quarterback in a while, actually. That game brought back memories of the game against the Steelers years ago, where we just racked up sacks like crazy on them. Of course, that was a different time. Yeah, teams look at that Myles Garrett number, 21.5, and they're like, we don't want that to happen to us. We don't want to be the team that let him break the record. You'll probably still get one somewhere. You just know it's coming. Just a matter of can we actually contain the receivers long enough for Myles to get there. This team is just so incredibly unserious, though. They really are. Marcus Stokes will visit Memphis on January 10th. Huh. Okay. Wow. I wonder how long until we hear about players visiting Ohio State. I know if Chaz Coleman visits, he's gonna be Buckeye most likely. Inside the 25. Hook gets to the 20. They're down. You mean we can actually get off the field possibly here? Asking an awful lot. 3-0 Minnesota heading into the second quarter. Kind of impressed that we're still tied right now. But I'm probably not going to be tied for long. Third down conversion percentage, 46%. Top 5 in the NFL. Shotgun for Allen. He's down with ease. Yep. QB keeper. Yeah, they knew what they were doing from the moment he snapped the ball. And we couldn't stop it. Can't stop anything really on defense now. Ever since Collins went down. And he's the only reason, but he's the main reason. Especially on the ground. And there's the running back. It's not Cook. Gets inside the 10. Not a single negative yardage play so far. It's carrying Swessinger and right on his back. Damn. Under center. And is in the inside the 5. Dude, this is like they're not even trying to get a stop. Evans is sitting there. Under center. Shot. With ease. With ease. They didn't even like get a hand on him. Wow. Literally, free guy right there. You got a free rusher on him and you didn't even touch him. What this free defense, dude? I think Jim Schwartz might honestly get fired too. You shouldn't, lose a dude and then just completely look like ass. He did it. And he missed it. Ooh. Boing. You could hear of that in freaking Lakewood. Boing. Things sound like a gong, man, with how. But it's 13-7. And they turned the interception into a touchdown. Classic. But they missed the extra point. Does this defense even want to be there? Dude had a free run right at the running back and just stood there. Huh? I just don't want to be there. Just there to get their paycheck and leave. Yeah. They're just there for their paycheck. You gotta just. All you can do is laugh again. Like. If the Dolphins released Tyreek Hill before June 1st, they would save $23 million against their cap. If they designated him post June 1st release, they would save $36 million. Either way, moving on from Hill could help pave the way for Miami to move on from Tua. God, getting rid of freaking Tyreek and then Tua? Wow. Never thought I'd see that happen, right? Ah, it's almost too easy for the Bills at this point. They could literally go out there and half-ass it, and they'd still probably get like about 5 yards a gain. Shaq Thompson has a neck injury. The whole drive for the last drive for the Browns was just because remember he had the big run by Judkins, negated due to a penalty, and then the interception happened. John Summerall, who was coach in college football, for how he handled that exit. You got to give Coach Summerall a lot of credit. Yeah, he is the Florida coach, but he's been, kind of balancing both jobs a little bit. His freaking profile picture on Twitter was literally him with like a slice down the middle, like a dual image edit kind of thing. Pretty cool. One side was Tulane, the other side was Florida. But now he can focus solely on Florida. Now I'm going to be bold here. Florida will be competing for an SEC championship within the next 2 or 3 years. So here's the return on the kick. Farley gets near the 25. That is 2 drives now by the Bills, and they've had, what, 0 negative yardage? 0 negative plays. Not even kidding. Every play they've had positive yardage. Run to the right. Run to the right. That's all they've been doing. Bootleg to the right. Right to the right. Right to the right. 1st and 10 for the Browns. Man, if I was on that sideline, I'd be like, not gonna lie, guys, they making me all look like a bitch. They're getting bitched. Here's a pitch to Judkins around the end. Gets about 3. 2nd down. Behind the line of scrimmage on 51% of rushes, highest in the NFL. Yeah, because this O-line can't get downfield, pretty much, on run plays. Back to pass. Tipped and almost picked off again. This team is just a comedy of errors at this point. Got jumped in the air and almost picked off again. Trying to throw over a D lineman. That's funny because you see them, they do bootlegs and everything. We don't do bootlegs. The one time we did a bootleg, we scored. Yep, 2020 Kevin Stefanski has went back into the shadows, I see. 3rd and 7. Travion Williams is checked in at running back for this play. Shotgun for Sanders, back to pass. Sack. Oh, he avoids a sack. He's going to run. He'll get the 1st down. More. Dave Shador. Oh. Shador. I know one thing. Flacco and Gabriel ain't doing that. Bends under the tackler and escapes. He did that out at Colorado. Just ducks under the defender, Rousseau. He's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to take off here. I'm going to get a 1st down. I'm going to do it myself. Hey, Shador, I see you, buddy. 43 rush yards. And then dead. Kevin. It did too good. Timeout Browns. That's their 1st. Then the only chance we have is if we score with these guys. Just want to see Shador look. I want to see the guys look good, and I want to see Miles get that damn sack record. That's all I care about. I'm beyond winning games at this point. You're this deep in the tank, you might as well just look good and see what happens. Right? But yeah, I'm just going to say, we'll see what they do with Kevin. It wouldn't surprise me if they fired him. It would be sad. He's been the most successful coach, but, let's just say he kind of got stale. He got stale, man. His attitude is very stale. 10 minutes, time of possession. 9 1st downs, yet we're losing because we can't get a damn stop for the most part. 1st and 10 at the 45. Misdirection, and he'll get about a yard, maybe 2. Yeah, see, they resodded the middle of the field, like in between the hash marks. You can always tell it's winter time in Cleveland because they would always resod the park. They'd always resod the stadium. But I will say, the grounds crew, shout out to them. The field has looked amazing the last few years. There's times where that field looked like garbage in the past. On emotions up top. Play action. Dumps it off. This is Judkins. Gets the 1st down. Falls across to that was 45. Ball just slips through the hole there and got tripped up, got a first down. Inside the 45 of the Bills. Shotgun for Shador. Back to pass. He's going to run. Breaks the tackle. Oh, he's still got some good yards, though. He's like, give me up. Damn. I'm good. Just get me up. He's trying to, get a pace going here. And he tripped up. He probably could have got even more yards, but Vanessa tripped him up. Still got inside the 40, though. I'm surprised they don't utilize the bootleg with Shador a lot more. His legs will be a threat. He doesn't get tripped up. Who knows how far he goes? Delayed handoff. He'll get it about 2 yards shy, 3rd and 2. That's Raheem Sanders. First time we've seen Rocket in a minute. Since week 1, actually. Technically, he's been active the last few weeks, but we haven't seen him. Didn't see him at all last week. Tampa up 7-3. 3rd and 2. 8:54 to go in the half. See if they can get this first down and keep this drive going. And just outside the 35. Breaks the tackle. First down. There he goes. Inside the 20. Man, he's good. Not going to lie. Spin move, get out of here. Little, excuse me, KT. Let me run for this first down real quick. Little, get off me. Little, excuse me, and then let me run a little bit. Now they're at the 20. They have a D lineman in there? What the hell? Play action. Pot. Jenkins breaks the tackle. Near the 5. Past the 5 to the 4. Bernard missed him, I guess. Let's see here. Fanning out there. You see, there's Judkins. Dude shook a defender. All right, 1st and goal. Under center. Judkins gets back to the line of scrimmage. Boyer made the tackle. Ooh. $6:43 to go in the half. Giants and Vikings tied at 3. 14-10 Chargers. Under center. Judkins in the backfield. Here's a fake pitch. Oh, almost caught that. He almost caught that again. We're going to end up with 3 points here. Of course, it's not Fannin. Nope, it's got to be Brandon Bates. That's like the Buckeyes throwing a ball to freaking Bennett Christian. And now he's off the field. Are we serious now? Oh. Oh, he's got blood on his finger. And he's grabbing his nose. That's what it is. Got a busted nose. We took a shot. Let's see. Oh, that's his finger. I know, of course. Wildcat. Well, they definitely ain't scoring here. Oh, that's Gabriel. I'm sorry. Nothing. Yep. Classic. They get to the red zone, they don't score because garbage. Oh, good job, Gabriel, you bum. One play. They get in the red zone, great drive. They're going to end up with 3 points. They go Lincoln phone and I'm running. Something's going to have to go. Because some football players are not trying to come out and say, hey, you call me a bum? It's not. It's up and good. But Dylan Gabriel actually getting in the game is just hilarious. Like, of course he comes in the game, and of course he does nothing. Again, amazing drive and bloody finger. Huh. So we got points, but damn, bro. It's funny though too. The offense actually looks the best it's looked in weeks, but the defense just can't make it up at this point. The offense actually looks good, like they're moving the ball well, and then the defense. Special teams, well, we haven't seen them much. Bjork is like 3 drives, and I haven't even stepped on the field yet. For yet, I said yet, because you know it's coming eventually. Yeah. By the way, I think this is sun glare, guys. By the way, gotta love when the the sun beams in on my green screen. In case y'all were wondering what the heck that is, just like a little beam of glare. Oh, 13-10, Bills lead, but we can't seem to get stops. So just kind of shocked they don't utilize Shadur's legs in the passing game like they did on that first drive. Because with him running the ball like this, that's going to suck in the defense. They're going to have to watch him, which could lead to some dudes getting open, possibly. So Smith kicks it away. 2-0 Tennessee. Oh, he bobbled the snap and bobbled the kick. Only way we can really get a stop is if we get a turnover, because other than that, these guys just be moving the ball at ease. 13-10, though. Be happy if the Browns cover, too. Not going to lie. Lose by less than 10. Wouldn't be mad. Shador is bleeding from like 4 different areas on his body. Oh my God. Nose, pinky. Some people can say, oh yeah, he injured him on purpose. He ripped out his fingernail. He ran the play. Play action. Wide open. He dropped it. Oh wow. That would have been a gain of like 9, but he dropped it. That's the first incompletion, I think, of the game, too. 17-14 Dallas. Dak. Whoa. George Pickens? Sheesh. We need to get ourselves like a George Pickens for Shador. Or something like that. Along the order of that, along the lines of that, I guess. 2nd and 10. Shotgun for Allen, empty backfield. Athletic tackling, first down. Yeah, it's almost too easy. Khalil Shakir just wide open. Nobody, I mean, they had a dude covering him, but pathetic tackling. Wow. Jim Schwartz just like, oh, I can't see. Oh. Here's Cook again, first down. They have not had, besides that drop, they have not had a negative run play or anything. It's all been positive yardage. First and 10. Run again. Inside the 35. Play action. Whoops. God. Can these losers cover? My God. Tyrell Shavers. What the hell was 27 looking at, brother? Webb, you bum. Easy. Inside the 5. They're literally getting whatever they want. 2:42 to go. Touchdown. Can you get a stop? No? Yeah. Guys, you're supposed to get a stop, which they clearly don't really want to. 19-10. They are literally getting whatever they want. Every play is positive yardage. And it's 20-10. They're getting whatever they want. Gardner Minshew got hurt now. Man. Can't even get a stop. That's pathetic ass team. Dill pickle. Oh my god. People calling freaking Dylan Gabriel dill pickle. Oh my god. Oh my god. Defense was once top 3 in like every category, but I mean, yeah, the whole unit's injured mostly, but they're getting whatever they want. Whatever they want. Miles ain't even doing a damn thing because nobody's freaking giving him a chance to get to the quarterback. I can only imagine what my fantasy team's looking like right now. I don't think I have Josh Allen, do I? I don't think I have anybody from the Bills on my team besides the other tight end. Antoine Hill Jr., our freshman quarterback from Memphis, is entering the portal. Former, I want to say Florida commit? Hmm. Hmm. Browns again here. And a penalty. Oh, it didn't land in the landing zone. Well, the good news is Shador's out there. So no dill pickle. Dill pickle. Yeah, that's funny. 10, 2:23 to go. See how this offense looks on this drive, getting close to the 2-minute warning. Hands it off to Judkins. He'll get about 4. See my fantasy teams real quick. Because I don't know if I have anybody in this game. Besides Kincaid, but I don't think he's on my bench because I have Bowers. And I can't start Kincaid when I have Bowers. Kincaid hasn't done anything yet. Now watch him go off for like 3 touchdowns in the second half. That would be my luck. Minutes to go in the half. It's funny though because most games our offense looks like complete garbage, but the defense is holding its own. Now the offense actually looks semi-competent, and the defense can't even get a damn stop. It's one or the other. It never freaking ends. Can never. I always like to say it's like again, 6-man tag match, right? Offense, defense, and special teams. Mostly for us, it's always been a handicap match, aside from that Raider game. Not even kidding. Wow. This one Stranger Things account on Twitter said Sean Levy revealed that there was one incredibly challenging scene to film in episode 6, which theoretically, according to the people on in the theory portion. Be right back, guys. Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. All right. Let's see how the Browns offense looks on this drive, down by 10. Second and 6, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to pass. Dumps it off and loss of like 4 yards. Incomplete. And Judkins is down. This season just gets worse and worse. He's in clear pain, too. Hmm. Now, it's like when it comes to, I know I'm going to talk about something completely different here for a second. I don't think there's been a show that I've watched that's gotten me hooked as quickly as Stranger Things did. Game of Thrones was up there. Not gonna lie, it was there. I watched, I think, one episode and I was like, okay, this is some badass ish right here. Okay. We got dragons, we got battles, we got ships getting blown up. Okay. Okay. Just like, it's funny too. Just like Game of Thrones, I really didn't latch on to Stranger Things until the final freaking season. Gotta stop that. Gotta freaking stop that with these shows, man. I don't get into them until they're about to end. And I know a lot of people, they got on Game of Thrones' case because it sucked. The final season was so not good. But there was a lot of deaths in there. Ugh. A lot of main characters bit the dust. Even one of the main characters, the dust. Aren't you afraid of spoilers? Game of Thrones has been like done for how long now? 6 years? It's been done for like damn near 6 years. 7 years. Final season, I think, started up 2019, 2020, around there. Something like that. It's been over for this long. If you haven't watched it now, bro, what are you doing? I mean, literally, it's everywhere. Everybody knows what happens. Stranger Things is different because it's still ongoing, and they brought out the cart for Quinshawn. Oh, brother. Someone on Twitter is like, yeah, this ish is gonna freaking have me in tears. Knee injury. Can we just have a running back not get hurt? We have no starting running backs. It's Travion Williams and Rocket Sanders. It's a running back room right now. Travion and Rocket. This stadium is cursed. I'm telling you. It's cursed. Yeah, that looked and it's crazy because he went the whole season at Ohio State running like a madman. Right? Running like a madman. I'll say this, if he hadn't sat those first couple games this year, he might have been hitting almost 1,000 yards. Because he would have tore the Bungles up week 1. But he didn't play because he was still coming back. And because it took him forever to sign his extension because he was dealing with off the field stuff. I'm just, talking about shows and stuff. This might be what my stream comes down to by the end, just talking about other stuff. I don't get hooked onto shows unless like they're really good. And Stranger Things, not gonna lie, is pretty good. People have their criticisms. I can understand, right? But it's so funny because on Twitter, I've said this many times already before. I liked one tweet about it. And the way Twitter's algorithm is, you like one thing about it, it just floods your timeline with stuff. And all I've been seeing is theories about how these final 4 episodes are probably going to go, especially the ones coming up this week. There's a lot of talk about how's it going to end? Are we going to have like an Avengers Assemble kind of thing, like where all the main characters convene for one big time? Say no Samson, no Ford. It's 3rd and 12. They use the timeout too, by the way. Back to pass. Rolling around. Overthrown. He almost had a guy, but then he goes down. Everything's just a mess for this team. Oh well. Florida is hiring Joe Craddock as its quarterbacks coach. And defensive coordinator Greg Gasparotto is following him to Florida as well to work with the linebackers. It's going to be like 27-10 at the half. The way this game's going. Like I said, I'd like to see us cover. Here's a punt. First time we're seeing Bjorkias all game. Tripped him up, stays on his feet, gets to on the 15 or so, or 10-yard line. Hard to really tell where he was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this stream is probably going to end up with me talking about shows and such, off topic stuff, because this game's going to turn into a laugher. I already know. It's the way it's going. Offense is getting picked apart by injuries. I mean, you can probably count on one hand, how many players that started the year are playing right now. Even including Shador. He didn't start the year. 136 to go. Dumps it off. Screen pass. Super effective. Gain of about 9. They're just getting whatever they want. Ian Lee entering the portal, former Ohio State commit. Second and 1. Where you going, Josh? Oh, watch out! He's down at the 1. Down. Who are they going to give the sack to? Now's Garrett. They will give it to Garrett. That might be Mason Graham's, though. Mason, I think. I think Mason got him. Damn it. Mason Graham. Classic. So Browns used their last timeout. Yeah, they gave it to Graham. Of course. Oh well. Under center. They can't go any further back though. They can't go back any further. But watch. 99-yard touchdown run or something. Something stupid. Yeah. That was so close to a safety, too. The very edge of the ball was outside of the freaking end zone. That's how it's not a safety. For anyone curious. 3rd and 23. Watch them still give it up. Pull a freaking Troy Polamalu and just yeet yourself over everybody. Imagine there was a fumble in there. Snap! It's picked up by the Browns and it's a touchdown. Oh! Now it's 4th down. Yeah. Janowski back out the punt. So that sack was the first legit negative play of the game, I think, too. That was so close to getting that sack. Oh, Allen's back. Maybe it's just him. Looks like he was a little limpy. And okay, that'll timeout, Bills. Why did they take Sanders off for Gabriel on that 3rd down? He had a bloody finger. Oh, Derek Evans Stefanski make his finger bleed. That's funny. Sucks to say, but it's funny. Garrett should have let. Oh, Graham should have let Garrett get him. Freaking Wolverine, bitch. Stan wants that steak, Mason. Damn you! Larvadane back to receive this punt. Where you go, Gage? Sorry, you should have just. And there's a flag down. He should have just fair caught it. It's gonna be a holding on us. $15-yard penalty. That'll turn it into an 18-yard return. Right there. Right there. Just kind of grabbed him in the face mask on the kicking team. So it'd be a 1st down. Let's see what the Browns do here. So they're going to move them up. They're at the 30. My guess is they're just going to take a shot at the end zone here. Back to pass for Shadur. Throws it away. And now they're probably going to go for a field goal. Yeah, field goal unit coming out here. Eaton Akos talking about one Big Ten team is an early school to watch for Chaz Coleman. Gee, Ohio State? Yeah, definitely. Everybody knows that by now. Here's Schmidt again. And we have, look at those flags blowing. 48-yard attempt. I'm out, Bills. Watch him completely shank it. You see the way those things be. So there goes Josh Allen to the back. Oh yeah, his shoe was off his foot. That's interesting. Oh, one shoe. Huh. Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, 48-yard attempt for Smith. He doubled it. He can't do a good snap. Of course. Bum ass team. Can't even do a good snap on the kick. They're point shaving. Freaking Bozorquez. Wow. Bozorquez. Bozo. Bum ass team. A bad snap. Fire Bubba. Just because I just don't like Bubba Ventron, clearly. All right, so as we get the stats up for the half, Browns down 20-10. I mean, it's closer than I imagined. Just can't get stops on defense for real. I mean, we got a stop last time because of a 20-some yard sack that Miles should have freaking had. Greedy ass Mason Graham had to get a sack. Oh well. That might be the only time we get to the quarterback, too. Yeah, they straight up gave it to Mason. Not even a half a sack. That's crazy. Josh Allen, God. 6'7" for 86 yards. And no touchdowns, though. And then on the ground, James Cook, 9 carries, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Ty Johnson, 3 for 16 and a touchdown. Johnson, 316, said, I just kicked your ass. Oh, yeah. What? Allen, 4 rushes, 17 yards. Khalil Shakir, 2 receptions, 27 yards. Shavers, 1 for 21. Ray Davis, 2 for 20. Hawes, 1 for 18. And then they have 1 sack from Greg Rousseau. And then, of course, Poyer has the interception. Poyer, of course, a former Brown. Shadur Sanders isn't even looking bad for the most part. 11 of 16, 103 yards and a touchdown with an interception. That was kind of on him. Yeah. He threw it to Judkins. It was a little bit behind him. It was just bad. Bojorquez and Gabriel also didn't do anything. Shadur Sanders, 3 carries, 35 yards. He is the leading rusher. Judkins, who is out for probably the game and probably the year with the leg injury, 8 carries, 22 yards. Corley, 1 for 14. Raheem Sanders, 1 for 2 yards. And then receiving wise, that's weird. Judkins, 5 receptions, 29 yards. Fannin has 3 for 28 with a touchdown. Bond, they didn't give him a reception, but they gave him 21 yards. It's never seen that before. Travion 1 for 18 and Judy 1 for 7. And then 1 sack by Mason Graham. So that's really it. Stream Stranger Things? No, I can't do that. Netflix will come from my butt. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, yo! They'll come for me, man. They don't mess around. Oh, it's weird because I see like reaction channels and stuff all the time. All right. Let's go with some over the scores from around the NFL. Scores from around the league. Around the league. Around the league. Jets and Saints. 9-6 Saints at the half. So, yeah, halftime. 21-17 Chargers over the Cowboys. That's been a banger game. 9-6 Titans. Just in the, looks like just into the half. Butker nailed a 41-yarder. 17-14 Bungles over the Dolphins. At half. Jets losing 9-6 at half to the Saints in the Ass Bowl. 13-10 Vikings over the Giants at halftime. And then 13-10 Panthers over the Bucks at halftime. So every game in the early slate is at half right now. Yeah, first solo sack of the year for Mason Graham. Yeah, it's true. Quincy, my guy Quincy, also a really good Browns content creator. Said, pretty much spoke facts. Miles has been stealing Mason's sacks all year. That's true. That's true. Let's be real. I mean, he's been doing it all year. It's about time Mason got him one. He couldn't even get a half a sack. That's the one you don't really want to steal if you're Mason. Let's check my fantasy team. Yeah, there's a lot of theories going around about Stranger Things, how it's going to end. And again, I was talking about a scene, I guess, a tweet, talking about one of the hardest scenes to film or whatever was in episode 6. And I'm thinking, I know what scene they're talking about too. I know exactly what they're talking about. Think about it. What would be hard? Now, are they talking emotionally or physically? Right? Because based off the trailer, right, that we've seen, the teaser, this is for any Stranger Things fans out there. Okay? If you haven't seen it yet, plug your ears, turn off the stream. I'll give you 5 seconds. If you're watching this and you don't really watch Stranger Things, if you're not really interested, maybe this will get you interested. I don't know. But if you're watching this and you watch Stranger Things and you haven't seen anything yet, plug your ears, turn off the stream, just leave. I'll give you 5 seconds to leave. Okay. So if you're still watching, that means you either don't give a damn about Stranger Things and you just want to listen to me yap, or you have seen, everything up to this point. Apparently there's a scene, because it's in the trailer for Volume 2. There's a scene where they got one character carrying another one. Flaming carry. Straight up like up front. Like you're carrying a bag of dog food or something, right? That would be challenging. Running away from creatures are carrying another human being, by the way, isn't awake. That's what the theory is. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure if any of you are in college, you've carried like a drunk friend, right? You ain't experienced college until you've had to transport a drunk ass friend to their house after hours, after a night out, right? You'd be doing that fireman carry where they're like this. You're trying not to drop them because, my God, you drop them, you're going to get shit from everybody. Man, why does my daughter have a bruise on her leg or on her hip, on her face? You'd be like, I dropped her? Like, you what? I'm gonna freaking kick your ass for that. Is the injury serious? Very. He got carted off and he was in serious pain. So it's a leg injury. I'm going to assume ACL, but Achilles could be ankle. Not sure exactly, but it is serious enough to where he had to be carted off. You're really curious to see how they wrap up Stranger Things, right? We saw with Game of Thrones what they did. They didn't give a damn about the people really. They killed off damn near all the main characters. I think the only one that really survived was Jon Snow. And he killed one of the main characters. He stabbed her in the back. All for the throne. All for the throne. Oh, man. Like I said earlier, I haven't been this hooked on a show since Game of Thrones. Not even lying at all. Not even lying. Stranger Things got me hooked, line, and sinker. People will be like, what's my favorite season so far? Probably season 3. Yeah. Season 1 was interesting because of the whole possession arc that they had, right? Dude got possessed by a paranormal creature, and they spent a lot of time trying to free him from the clutches of Vecna, too. By the way, if you remember a couple years ago, for Halloween, Miles Garrett went to the game dressed as Vecna. That's who that is. I was wondering, back when he did that, I was like, who the heck is Vecna? But it's like, oh, Stranger Things. That's right. Okay. Now I see. Dude's evil. Man. Think of Darth Vader, but more demonic. He has the force, he has the ability to literally steal your soul, take you out to dinner. Okay, so he had x rays on his foot. Josh Allen did. He's cleared to return. All right. Wow. ETN, Brees. Okay. Bench on my one team is so trash. It's got like nobody. The one team that I've had that's really, really good ain't getting nothing. Warren Bowers. Spears has 7 points for me. Kincaid ain't got nothing either. Oh well, it's just fantasy. I'm not really tripping. But yeah, I mean, if you haven't watched Stranger Things, I would suggest you maybe check it out a little bit. Right? Probably the funniest thing that I've seen about that show was during filming. So there's the first half stats: 5.6 yards per play, for us, 8.2 for them, 101 passing yards. We've actually outpassed them. But we can't stop them on the ground, so that's the big difference. So Bills will get the ball to start the second half. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see how they wrap up, the final season. Like, how are they going to go out, right? Are they going to go out like Game of Thrones did? Will they just kill everybody off, damn near? I mean, what they did in Game of Thrones, man, had me like, huh? Huh? Damn. Oh. Stabbing a freaking person that you considered an ally in the back? No. If you watched Game of Thrones, you realize that Daenerys was becoming mad with power just like her father before her. So, yeah. All right. And here's the return. Right? Davis gets to the 29-yard line. That's where the Bills take over. There's Kevin coming out of the locker room. Offense actually looks decent for us. Defense needs to get stops, and we might be able to do something, but we just don't have the weapons anymore. It sucks because the offensive line has been literally patchwork most of the season. Jenkins has been doing work with a bad O-line all year. And that bounces outside. James Cook gets about 4. Literally had him for a stop, but then he just bounced outside. Big turnover. That's what we need. But everybody, like, it's been like too easy for these guys. Wow. 2nd and 6 for James Cook and Josh Allen and company. Look at that, wide open. Gain of a couple. They're going to call it a gain of 2. But here's that sack from earlier. Allen running backwards. Wright could have had him. That one little extra run to the right just robbed Myles Garrett of a sack that he had because he runs to the right into Mason Graham. Think down. Can they actually get a stop here? 3rd and 4. It's a hit. Miles Harden stops Shakir. Well, they actually got another stop. Wow. They didn't get walked down the field for once. That's impressive. 4th and 3. We're going to see the punt unit out for the second time. This actually looked good. Let's see if they can keep it up, though, despite the loss of Judkins. Punts away. Larvadane will let it bounce. It'll run to the end zone for a touchback. J.J. McCarthy is out with a right hand injury. That dude's always freaking hurt. What the hell, man? Damn. He's calling J.J. McCarthy. I'm going to even do a video in a little bit here, guys, for the Guardians. Be right back. All right, we're back, guys. I'm going to probably do a video maybe later today talking about the Guardians because Ken Rosenthal said that they're seeking a right-handed hitting outfielder. Now, they already got Stuart Fairchild on a minor league deal. He is a perfect bench bat. You put him out there instead of J-Rod, and I'm happy. But we still need another guy that can play like legit reps out there in right field. I think the best thing for Fairchild is he's a base stealer. He hit a little bit too, but he's a good stealer. Held well last year and didn't chase. And his wife has a crap ton of followers on TikTok. That's funny. Oh, nice. 106 career WRC plus versus lefties. Going to be a Brandon Geyer type. Off the bench. You need him in a pinch hit, against lefties. You bring him in. He rakes. We're happy. Be mad about that. Get me Austin Hayes or something, and I guess we're good. Hayes, Bader, someone good. Miguel Andujar even wouldn't be bad. Maybe they go with like a platoon first baseman that can DH a little bit too. Maybe, I mean, if we ended up with Rhys Hoskins, that'd be nice. He brings a little boom to the lineup. He's got a nice bat to him, right? Don't think they would do that. But it's funny because people be like, well, the Guardians want to give their kids reps, which is fine, but you can't rely on them to be healthy. You need to have insurance policies. You don't want to be left in the dust if one of them gets hurt. All right, 1st and 10 for the Browns on offense. So let's see how they do. Maybe they can get something going here and start the second half on a positive. They had a fantastic first drive of the game. Best drive we've seen in a long time. I keep saying that, but that's just the way it is. Shotgun, empty backfield, back to pass. Hot. He'll fall forward for about a gain of 6. That's Fannin again. Oh. Ow. Got a bandage on his right hand, right pinky. Wow. 10 of 13, 109 yards before the injury. Snap. Hands it off. Look at the run by, who is that? Freaking Rocket? That's Travion Williams, former Bengal. He was on the Browns in the preseason. And now they bring in Rocket Sanders. I haven't seen Rocket Sanders since week 1. He was claimed off waivers before the season. Him and Bernard Converse, who's not, I don't even think he's on the team anymore. They got all kinds of beef up front. Big stack of linemen and tight ends. Call it the big stack formation. They get the first down. Oh, they barely got it though. Cole Bishop gets the tackle, but Sanders gets the first down. Rocket Sanders, former Gamecock / Razorback. He was all right in college. He was pretty good in college. I prefer Rocket over freaking Jerome Ford, not going to lie. 30 offensive touchdowns in third quarter this season. 3 touchdowns all year on offense this quarter. All year. Back to pass. Loading up. Batted, picked. Can you stop getting picks? Like, stop getting batted passes? Come on, Shador. Batted pass. Batted pass. Tip, tip, tip. Come. Come on. How are we throwing into traffic? Shakes off Fannin, and he tried to pass it to Fannin. Swear. Never ends. Second turnover. Both were tipped interceptions. Here's a pitch. Well, we already know it's probably going to be 23-10 at minimum. Miles is in the game. They call a pass. Allen immediately rolls to a dead sprint on the opposite side. Yeah. Freaking tipped interceptions. That's the boogeyman to this offense. Tipped interceptions. Since that first drive, they really haven't had Shadura rolling out to throw it. Oh, he just went over a guy, but it's incomplete. Damn, that was a close one. I think that was Kincaid, right? Yeah, Kincaid over Harden. And he only had 1 foot in. There's one. Yeah, out of bounds. And it's close, though. Back half of his front foot goes out of bounds. Like the tippy toes are in, but the rest of his front of his foot is out, I think. If the toe dragged it, he would have had it. But he went with the front part of his foot. There's the one. Like the second part of his front cleats, I think, went out of bounds. But it's hard to say. Josina's cracking me up. Wow. Hipped interceptions. This team is point shaving. There's no other explanation. Obviously, Kevin's not saying throw a pick. Marcus Freeman is expected to be a top candidate for the New York Giants head coaching job. I don't think he takes it. I think he's going to stay at Notre Dame. He's been a subject of coaching rumors the last couple of years. I don't think he's going anywhere. Excuse me. Damn, Minshew's out for the year. They got Chris Oladokun. God. Tennessee getting whooped with the injury bug now. The demon came to collect, right? Because they ain't paid for that demon magic. You know what I'm saying? Because there's this running gag that, oh, yeah, the Chiefs have devil magic on their side. Get me a QB. Huh. Damn. Oh, right leg. Yeah, that's tough for Judkins. A fracture. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened to Nick Chubb. Like the same thing that happened to Nick Chubb too, kind of. It was gruesome because they didn't even show the replay on TV. Bills did not win the challenge, so they lose a timeout. It was close though. So 3rd and 8. Max Brosmer's in for some whatever game that is. Wow. Back to pass. Throws it away. Wow. Isn't that Rayshon Jenkins out there? Swessinger and company got to him. So they actually were able to get to Allen that time. Wow. Wish they would have been doing this earlier. So it's what, going to be 23-10, most likely. See what I'm saying? Like on the front part of his foot, on his shoe, the back part of the front part of his cleats, just past the toe. Kick is up and good. 23-10. The very back part of his cleats are all out of bounds. If you just somehow managed to just toe tap it, that would have been crazy as hell, not going to lie. 23-10. Nick Marsh, transfer portal. He would look good in scarlet and gray. I don't know if it happens, though. You probably get a better idea of what the Buckeyes are going to do in the portal here real soon. Jake Connolly says Derek's ending in Stranger Things is bittersweet. They ain't going to kill dipshit Derek, are they? Or delightful Derek. Wouldn't do that to him. I mean, he wasn't really big character, but it's just like, damn, man. Here's the return. Corley gets it to the 33, 34-yard line. One of these days, we might get a big return eventually again. Maybe. And Sean Levy said, whoever has to direct this, a particular sequence in episode 6 is basically impossible. And I know this sequence would be Max escaping camera shots and Lucas protecting her. Under center. Let's get Sanders. Gets about 5. Sorry, guys, if you're, trying to listen to me yap about the game and I'm talking about shows, but just the way I am nowadays, I mean, McMillan, 4 receptions, 57 yards. Buka has 0. Ugh. Damn, get my guy Mecca some play, bro. Come on now. 2nd and 6. Come on, Baker. You bum. Hands it off. Oh, shakes off a defender. Gets another 4. They're going to say about 3.5, almost 4 yards. Damn it, 5 yards. Looks like Tennessee is probably going to win. So. Rosmer versus Dart without anything resembling an O-line. Oh, look at this dude run down. Rocket. And there's a flag. That's coming back. Sanders thinks it's on them. They lost it. Okay. Okay. It's offsides. Oh, you can see him. He's lined up in the neutral zone. Yep. Yep. Okay. Because the flag happened right as the play started. So, okay. So it's a first down. Penalty was declined because they got the first down anyway. 8:15 to go. Down 13. Here's Corley. Gets a first down. Running that jet sweep again. Corley's actually getting a lot of run lately. I mean, he's spent most of the season on the practice squad. He's mainly been the Stefanski special type guy. Get him the ball in the jet sweep and see what happens. And for the most part, it's been successful. 109 rushing yards. Under center. Hands it off to Rocket. He'll power forward for about 3-4 yards. But yeah, when the director or someone who works on that scene says it's a tough scene, I'm probably talking about physically. Maybe it's a little bit of both. But I'm curious to see how they wrap up Stranger Things because there's people that have been watching that show for 10 plus years. And they're as invested as I am. And I'm like, okay. I'm just enjoying the show, that's all. I'm not super invested like some of these people are. 2nd and 7. Back to pass. Sanders gonna run. Gets about 8 yards and there's another flag. And it's coming back because KT Leviston is a freaking bum. Right? Because right there. Kind of slang him around. Freaking Leviston is a bum, dude. Just kind of tossed him aside. Freaking Leviston. Bum, dude. Second time we've had a good play negated because of a dumbass holding call. Stupid. 3 penalties on the Browns. Back to pass. Pressured. Throws. Swing pass. Williams gets about 2 yards. 3rd down. 6:18 to go in the 3rd. If I had a channel that reviewed shows, I'd be going deep into what I think about Stranger Things, but it's a good show. You know it's a good show because I won't shut up about it. You know I'm kind of hooked because I won't shut the hell up about it. And I'm sure y'all are as annoyed as a lot of people probably are. 3rd and 16. Back to pass. Dumps it off. That's Judy, gets past the 40, and that's all they're going to get. And then a flag down late. Being on the defense, that's on Milano. That would be a free 1st down. They called tripping on Milano. He's like, what? Where? What was tripping? Oh, the right leg. The leg whip. Yeah, the leg whip. That's what took out freaking, happened a while back, too. It was against the Raiders. Remember? What was it? Larvadane almost had a punt return touchdown or something, and freaking AJ Cole went out and did a leg whip to take him out. Just past the 25. 1st down. And we had a false start because Leviston's a bum. Dude, get this bum off the field, dude. God. KT freaking Leviston, man. Bruh. 3rd and 15. Back to pass. Tipped. Swear to God, if that was picked, I'm going to be losing my mind. Cowboys were terrible. Tip pass off the hands. Dude, can they roll out Shador and have these bootleg throws? They did that on the opening drive, and we haven't seen it since. Third batted pass. First one that wasn't a pick. 2nd and 15. Then goes Sanders. Oh, watch him. He's about Gain of 14. Be about a yard shy. Right there. Maybe 2 yards shy or so. There's Dion in the house, being as Colorado season's over. People are going to complain about that. Man, he spends all that money on the private plane to go to Cleveland, but he won't recruit. And Rocket Sanders, first down. Freaking Rocket Sanders is a damn bowling ball, man. 1st and 10, 4:10 to go. Oh, Sean Levy is the one that directed the episode 6. So that's why they'd interview him about it. Okay, that makes sense. Wow. Inside the 15, near the 10. Shotgun. Here's Rocket. Runs through people. Gets near the 5. Or near the 3. He's about a yard short. Rocket Sanders, man. They should have had this dude playing over Ford long ago. I've said that how many times early in the year? After week 1? Man, they should have had this dude playing all year besides instead of Ford. This dude's like a damn bowling ball, man. Under center. Bond motions. Hands it off to Sanders. Gets the first down. There's Josh Allen looking on the sideline. 1st and goal, 2:37 to go. Shadura under center. Rocket in the backfield. Bond motions. Hands it off. He does he get in? I don't think so. He's still maybe a yard shy. I think he's as close as you could possibly get without getting in. Never forget back in 2019, the Browns had like 7 chances to score against the Bills, and they didn't. 2 minutes to go in the third, 2nd and goal. I just want the Browns to compete, man. Don't get your ass kicked. Make it to where I'm not talking about shows for the whole fourth quarter. Under center. Funky looking I formation here. And he's in. Touchdown. I think. Let's see. Let's see here. Touchdown? They say touchdown. Bannon rushing touchdown. Yeah, he's across. I believe so. If not, he's like on the 1-inch line. Ah, right there. He crossed the line. That's a touchdown. Harold Fannin rushing touchdown. That's what injuries will do to you. Here's the extra point, and it's up and good. So no 2-point conversion that time. And they're down by 6 as we're near the end of the third quarter. Harold Fannin rushing touchdown. He has 2 touchdowns today. So if you got Harold Fannin on your fantasy team, you're eating good tonight. You know what's funny though? Talking about shows. I remember when Game of Thrones was going on, right? The last season, it was a mess, man. I remember too. I watched Browns Daily, right? Every day back then. And they would have, who was it? JC Treader on every Monday or whatever after the show was, after like the day after, to talk about Game of Thrones. It was something. It was Showtime. Literally. It was good. Good stuff. But I think the part where people got lost on it was how they did the final battle scene against the undead. The night, like the Night King. I think that's probably where they fumbled it a little bit. Right? Oh, why? When I first saw Stranger Things, the first time I saw an episode, I thought, "Hey, yo, is that chick freaking from Game of Thrones?" I think I was referring to Maisie Williams. I think. I'm telling you, Maisie. Let me see. I think it was Maisie or the other one. Let me see here. Game of Thrones cast. I might have been thinking about Maisie Williams because there's two actresses that look almost identical. Sophia, was it San? I think it was no, I'm thinking of Sans, no, Sophie Turner. That's who I'm thinking about. Sophie Turner looked, I thought, exactly like Sadie Sink for some reason. I was like, no, that's not her now. The hair is way more orange. Bona fide redhead. But yeah, Amelia Clark, mwah, fantastic. Daenerys Targaryen, Dracarys, Jon Snow, banger. Peter Dinklage, of course. We all love Peter Dinklage. Here's the return, and just past their own 30, that's where the Bills take over. As long as the Browns make it a game, I don't really care what happens. If they somehow win, hey, we lit. This would be a great time for one of them their turnovers, though. 23-17. Browns keeping up with the Bills. Can we get a Myles Garrett sack? 131 to go in the third. Allen under center. Cook in the backfield. Wide open. That's Cook. They've been eating like kings with that dump off pass out of the flat. Nobody can cover these dudes in the flat, apparently. Like, at all. And again, they're just going away from Miles. They're not letting Miles get anywhere near him. Miles is going to end up like maybe one sack away from the record or something. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. Get him, Campbell. All right, Brett Packer. All right, back. Final play of the third quarter here. Hands it off. First down. See, they're getting whatever they want on the ground. Sharks will not be loaning Sam Dickinson to Team Canada. Okay. And we go to the fourth. Down by 6. Can the Browns get that elusive stop? Only down 6 in the fourth. I was not expecting this, though. Fan in 2 touchdowns was probably crazy odds, especially a rushing touchdown. Yeah. As far as this week, I'm going to be live tomorrow night for Cavs and Hornets, as it is, of course, Christmas week. I'm going to try and go live for that game on Christmas. I plan on it, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. And then, of course, I might do the Pelicans game too. Oh my god! But yeah, other than the Cavs, I'll be live next week for Browns and Steelers. Not much else to really talk about. I mean, there's nothing else going on really. Now, you have about 10 or so days before the next round of NCAA games, which I'll be live for probably 3 of the 4 games again. Buckeyes and Buckeyes in Miami on the 31st on New Year's Eve at the Cotton Bowl. And then when it comes to New Year's Day, I believe the first game, I'm trying to think. I think Oregon and Texas Tech is the last game of the day. But you have 3 games on Saturday. Not Saturday. Freaking Wednesday. Oh, no, Thursday. So Garrett's at 22. Half a sack gets the record. All right. 2nd and 8. But they're not going to throw it around. And they're not going to have Allen anywhere near Garrett. I'm pretty sure Miles probably got word. 8-14 Cincinnati. Blah. Damn. Miami stinks. Again, it's not Tua. It's Quinn Ewers. 24-17 Chargers. The Chargers. 16-9 Tennessee. 3rd and 4. Here he comes. Trying to go to Shakir. He was all alone. He was all alone. And it was tipped. Garrett loses his helmet. Oh, see, Dawkins yanks off his helmet. He's like, come on, I took off my helmet. Come on. My helmet off, man. That's like the ultimate holding call. 4th and 4, and they're going to go for it here. Damn, this is ballsy. Incomplete. Oh, watch out. Shavers was in the area. Incomplete. 1st down, Browns. Damn, they could have went for 3. That would have been massive. Wow. Going forward in that situation is ballsy. Miles is now 1 sack away from history. He's at 22. They gave half a sack to Miles. 22 sacks on the season, half away from tying the record, 1 from breaking. Now, if you want to go before sacks were a stat, he'll be tying Bubba Baker and Al Baker. But still, we're even. He was something. We're even. He was something. Now, offense. What you got for me, buddy? Huh? Man for a mouse. Mouse. Fuck. Yeah. The only thing that can stop the Bills is themselves. I don't think they've had a single, besides that sack, they haven't had a single negative play. Everything's been for positive yardage. And like I said, they've been eating like kings out of the flat. In the backfield, dump off passes, rolling them out. Someone said on Twitter, my guy, Arizona Buckeye, Andrew Berry needs another great draft class like last year. Because you have your base draft class right now. This is a draft class that could turn something around. Most of the players are all looking really good, except for Gabriel. He's a bum. You have another banger draft class. Hopefully, that addresses O-line and maybe receiver, possibly quarterback, and you'll be good. Unless you think Shador is the guy. If you like what Shador brings, but you just want to get him better weapons, go crazy with O-linemen and freaking receivers. Maybe you sprinkle in a D lineman and a corner or something, but I need Josh Allen to take one for the team here and let Miles get that sack record. JJ Watt in attendance too. 1st and 10 for Shador. Dumps it off. Nobody around. It's Sanders. One man to beat. Oh, that's Williams, excuse me. Oh, Trevion, you should have cut to the right, man. You would have been gone for days. He had a big-ass hoss in front of him blocking. He had escort. A big-ass escort, I think. Who was it? Oh, yeah, it was Batonio. There was only one. Oh, okay. Yeah, he should have cut to the right. He would have had Judy helping blocking him, too. Trey, you got to go to the right there, man. Oh, and then Sanders takes a lick. Should have went to the right, man. He would have been gone. Under center for Shador. Play action. Steps up. Dumps it off. That's Rocket. Gets to the 37. Manny Vidal, questionable. Neck injury. Ew. Buffalo's in the wild card at 10-4. They're right behind New England. Houston is right behind Jacksonville in the AFC South. Hands it off. Gain of about 2. 2 yards. That's Rocket Sanders again. 3rd down and 4. 12 minutes to go in the game. Bond coming off the field there. 7 of 9 on 3rd down. Average is about 5 yards to go. 3rd and 4. Shotgun for Sanders. Hands it off. And then he's tripping. Tackle, but it's a first down. I'll take it. Oh, Trey. Yo, Trey. Go that way. Look at the hole opens up. Got tripped up. Otherwise, he would have been in the end zone. Makes you think if that's Q, he probably breaks that tackle and sheds the tackler, and he's off. He could be off to the races. 154 yards rushing, 28 rushes. That's not. Corley motions, hands it off. Williams gets about 2. Keep in mind, Quinshawn is probably done for the year, so this is an audition for Travion and Rocket Sanders to show that maybe they deserve to have a shot next year. If I had to guess, the Browns might dip back into the running back market again because Jerome Ford's not going to be back. You have Sampson, you have Judkins. Judkins is going to be out a long time with that injury, I'm guessing. Probably same thing with Nick Chubb, if I had to guess. 2nd and 7. Single back. Man in motion. Running the jet sweep again. Wow. He got about 4. They've used that jet sweep 3 times with Corley. The first time was a jet sweep that they pitched to Bond, and he went the other way for like a massive gain. 3rd and 3. 9:51 to go. And again, you look back, it's like, man, if they wouldn't have fumbled that freaking snap on that field goal, 3 trips, 2 touchdowns, and a field goal. 3rd and 3. Shotgun. Inside the 20. Dumps it off. Bum? Why would you do a dump off pass? There's nothing around. God, this team, dude. A swing screen? Moving the ball really well. Let's do a swing screen. With a trash ass O-line trying to block up front. So here's Smith to attempt a field goal. 41-yard attempt. Snap. It's up, and it's good. Browns only down 3. Wow. 23-20 Browns trail. Wow. Poor Mason. It's for the greater good. Even Daniel Oyefusi saying the Browns are leaving the flat open all day. It taxed Mason Graham 50%. The black SUVs showed up and like, yo, we need that a half a sack for our miles. What? The stat keeper's like, okay, Mason Graham got the sack. Okay, give him the 1. Next thing you know, freaking the black suits walk up like, sir, like, can I help you? Give Miles a half a sack. Buddy, give him half a sack. Fine, okay, damn, I'll give him half a sack. Brown's keeping it close though. Not sure, but they'll be able to pull it off. But hey, they're keeping it close. Keeping me interested. You know why? Because I said this game gets out of hand. I'm going to start talking about Game of Thrones and Stranger Things and garbage like that. So they're like, hell no, we can't have him talking about that garbage on his stream. We got to keep him engaged so we can rip his heart out at the end. It's the kind of game the Browns would pull off somehow too. What I need is Miles to get the damn sack. Because that'd be the one big thing that would come out of this year. One of the best things that would come out of it. Panthers are wearing their all black color rush uniforms. Ooh, nice. The USS Cod, stationed right outside of the stadium, essentially at right by the Science Center. Submarine. It's pretty cool. So Browns down 3. They got to keep me invested. Of course they do. Of course they're going to keep me invested. Kicks away. Davis will field it. And he'll get a decent return. A great return, actually. There's a flag down. Oh, no, it's not a flag. It's just where he was. Okay. A little bit of friendly pleasantries being exchanged between the teams on the sideline there. If you're a Florida Gators fan, I know I'm talking about random stuff. There's going to be a lot of Tulane players probably dipping to go be with your coach. 1st and 10. Oh, gain of 1 yard. Wow. That's the least amount of yards I think Hook has gained on a play. 1 yard. 8:28 and counting. 2nd and 9. And a turnover here would go so far for this team. First in total yards, total touchdowns, and completions of 20 plus yards. 4th quarter. Sheesh. Entering today. 2nd and 9. Garrett's coming. Throws. Caught. Dropped it. Oh, he dropped it. Hooks on the reception. He's holding his chest. Probably landed on his shoulder wrong. Seems to be okay. Probably saying it's my bad. Yeah, it flew right through his hands. Hooks spent, I think, majority of the season with. What was he at before earlier this year? Because he was let go and then he went there. Brennan Ayuk. Oh, that's from yesterday. 3rd and 9. They're 1 for 5 on 3rd down. That's crazy. Vermont's 8 of 11. Shotgun for Allen. Up. Garrett's coming. This is sacked by Schlesinger. Damn. Clemson came in like a bat out of hell. Woo-wee. Just came flying in because Graham and company kind of forced him to the left, right into the clutches. And he was like, oh, he almost bobbled the ball. Woo, if he would have lost that ball, Graham was right there too. 4th and 22. Kicks away. And there's a fair catch. And the Browns take over. Down by 3. Arson. Rookie, it's the defensive rookie of the year. That's the defensive rookie of the year right there. Bar freaking none. Bar none. Defensive rookie of the year.
Get the all-new iPhone 17 Pro on us when you trade in your own plan. Any condition, most expensive plan now required. Plus, switch and we'll pay off your phone balance up to 8.
Kraken will not be loaning Berkeley Ketten to Team Canada? Damn. That's for hockey, for anyone curious. That probably should have been a false start, but the Browns get an even better result on third down. Defensive Rookie of the Year favorite Carson Schlesinger wraps up Josh Allen for the sack. Browns take over at their own 34. The defense would have been doing this in the beginning. But no, they got ran out of the damn gym in the first half. How come they showed up when they realized, oh crap, we're still in this game? Like, I bet you the defense was so sure like they were going to get ran out of the building. What the rest is thinking is, oh shit, the offense is actually competent today for the most part. We got to show out too. But James Cook has been a freak so far today, man. So a 23-20 Bills lead, 112 rushing yards, 17 receiving, 2 touchdowns. Shotgun for Shador. Running that play again. Bond gets nowhere. They really ran that same play again, the reverse. That one went nowhere because they were expecting it. Fooled that time. 2nd and 11. So yeah, we're trying to actually move the ball down the field, potentially tie. So let's just get stupid. Yeah, I don't think he would have been able to throw it really, so that's not a bad choice, I guess. It's only a loss of 1, though. Shotgun. Back to pass. Dumps it off to Judy. Gets about a yard. Guys, push the ball down the field. Come on. Not trying to win this game. Why are they moving the damn ball? Dump off, dump off. And you do dump offs with crowded secondary around there. 23-9 Tennessee. So it looks like they're on their way to winning. That's good for draft position, of course. 3rd and 10. Travion Williams in the backfield, back to pass. Dumps it off. Tillman gets about 8 yards shy. I'm sorry, 2 yards shy. 4th down. You're going to go for it. They barely even moved the ball on that drive. Still haven't really seen Shador let it rip. He hasn't really had time to, though. All right, here we go. They're at their own 43-yard line. 2.5 yards to get. Back to pass. Sack. They should have just punted. He calls, you bum. God. Have a chance to tie, take the lead, and they do nothing with it. Now the offense goes ass. Freaking offensive line getting bullied again. Oh, this fan base, how this game ends, half the fan base would be infuriated. Pretty much. So they're already in field goal range. 5:02 to go. 14-yard loss. This would be a great time for a turnover, guys. But that's not going to happen. We already know. That's Knox. First down. Should have just punted away. Pin them deep in their own territory or something. But no, they wanted to go for it, which I get. In retrospect, I get it. This whole line is so bad. It's like a patchwork team. It's like a patchwork O line. First and 10 at the 21. Oh, they said second and 1. Oh, it's challenging. Must be. Yeah. Yeah. He believes they got a first down, but they called it a second and 1. Defense finally shows up, and now watch the offense go ass mode. It's way past it. I'm surprised they called that a freaking second down. Notice something though. You watch that first drive, they had this dude, Sanders, rolling out on that one play. We haven't seen that, right? Get him out of the pocket, let him rip. I think some of the biggest plays he's had is when he's rolled out. With classes, 7 and 1 without. Ah, yeah, people are looking for everything. His record with classes and without. Ron McDermott should have been the Browns coach, but they went with Freddie Kitchens over him. Yeah, it's first down. Doy. Yeah. If you really think about it, McDermott should have been our coach. I mean, no, not instead of Freddie, but instead of Hugh. A lot of the front office wanted Sean. It was hard to say where we'd be right now with him. This is the people that said we should have drafted Josh Allen over Baker. Would Josh Allen be what he is now, given what our team looked like back then? Probably not. Then again, the Bills, I mean, they didn't really have much going for him when he went there, and look at him now. 4:20 to go. Smoke it if you got it. What? Oh, 4:58. Okay. Hmm. So Miles is setting up to be 1 sack shy of the record, to break the record next week against the Steelers, unless he gets one here. 34-17 Chargers now. Omarion Hampton, 5-yard touchdown. 11 touchdowns for Bills tight ends. Most in a season in team history. 3rd in the NFL. Wow. Under center for Allen. At the 20-yard line. Hands it off to Cook. Gets about 2. Second down. Harris, you see Shelby Harris. Thank God we kept him around. A lot of people were saying, oh, we're going to probably get rid of Shelby in the preseason. Hopefully we kept him around because Malik Collins going down. At least that gives Shelby a chance to run with it. And Michael Hall is also a healthy scratch, which is interesting. Wonder if it's like disciplinary for something he did. Probably late to a meeting or something. Hard to say. 2nd and 9. Hands it off again to Cook. Gets a few more yards. 3rd down. Oh, Browns. I'm not even like mad that we're gonna lose. I'm just happy we kept it close. Considering what we're up against on our own team, the injuries and such has me thinking this team was mainly healthy. Who knows where we'd be? If we had started Shador after Flacco was benched, they might have won a couple other games. Because Dylan Gabriel, dude, oh my god. And you want to see what you got in the kid, but dude, compared to Shador, bruh, no, no. It's crazy how they even gave Dylan that much time to do stuff. He was so mid, it hurt. So mid, it hurt. Back to, oh, watch out. Fourth down. Got Shakir. Gain of 5. Miles Harden hit him right as he caught the ball. And it's fourth down. That was almost tipped. Harden was looking for the ball. He probably could have went up and maybe batted it down, but I don't think he was in a good spot. 4th and 1. 3:06 to go. Oh, you know they're going to get this first down. You know they're going to get it. Unless they fumble the snap. But I doubt they'll do that. Chopped it. Holy shit. Ooh, Dawson Knox had a touchdown and it jumped out of his hands. Holy shit. Another turnover on downs for the Bills. The Browns will get a chance. He closed his hands too early on it. What was eerily similar to the drop against the Bears 2 years ago on that Hail Mary in the end zone. Oh my gosh. 1st and 10, Browns. Dawson Knox was all alone in the end zone. He closed his hands too early on it. Browns have it. 2:47 to go. 2 timeouts. At worst, you could probably tie it. But we'll see what they do here. Back to pass. Sanders backs out of the pocket. Rolls. And it's caught by Corley. And that's the first down marker, first down. Damn, Malachi. I thought he was trying to go to the dude in the flat. Wow. That's the 20. Sanders in the gun. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Sack. Damn it. He's black kid. My God, dude. Like, I'm not even mad at the left side. Cam, Joel, they've been good today for the most part. It's this freaking XFL wannabe freaking bum Leviston. He is ass. Holy crap, dude. Could you be so bad? You make Jack Conklin look good. And another sack. Gets rid of it. Dude, Shador, get rid of the damn ball, bro. 3rd and 18. It's going to be intentional grounding, too. Just when I freaking was complimenting Robinson, that happens. This O-line is pure, unadulterated ass. And again, it's all mainly patchwork, except for Joel. But come on, block for the kid. This is what happens when Crinshaw's out of the game. Because you don't got to worry about the run. Right? You ain't got to worry about the run at all. Trying to lose games. I swear. They really are. Trying to lose. The plays, they don't have Shador running. They got him in the pocket. There we go. See, I wouldn't be so agitated if we were losing by a lot, but we actually have a chance to do something. And now the O line's like, what? Me block? Me? You want me to block? If I'm Haslam, I'm looking at Barry like, fix that. You fix that. Be serious this offseason. Spend some actual money on some dudes who could block. Especially if you believe that Shador's the guy. Get him weapons, fix the soul line, and let's ride next year. It's that simple. Third, the hell? A double replay assist. But they're at their own 1 yard line, 3rd and 32. Sheesh. Back to pass. Throws it up. Incomplete. 4th down. I'm sure the offense goes backwards now that they have a chance to win the game. And we really haven't seen Shador let it rip. He's got that Dylan Gabriel game plan. So close to stepping out of the back of the end zone, too. He almost Dan Orlovsky'd it. So, yeah, Bills are about to get the ball probably inside our 30, somewhere on there. We're going to get the ball deep in our territory. What? Oh, wow. Get down there. Where are the freaking gunners at? Okay, well, they're going to barely get it in our territory. Good job, Boyorquez. You essentially put him at midfield. All right. So 138 to go. Browns have 2 timeouts. How the Browns O-line has been protecting Shador Sanders today. Aye. All right, 2nd down. Livingston couldn't get to the defender in space. Surprise? No. This is Myles Garrett going to tie or set up the single season sack record today. Why is? Partly because he's not from this planet. We had from week 2. Uh-huh. 2nd and 9. Pressure coming, and he's just going to shovel past it. Near a first down, be 3rd and 1. Of course, that's how it goes. Pressure closing in, and they're going to probably use their last time out here. Well, hey, like I said, they cover. That's pretty damn good. Well, at us. All right, we have no timeouts left. 3rd and 1. So we get a stop here. They're going to go jumbo package here. They're going to get the first down. I'm just happy we kept it close despite how the first half went. Extra shove from the guy behind him. Damn. He's freaking dude. Dude behind him is like, across the line, you bum. Get your ass across the line. 41, like, across the damn line. Damn it. That. So you know what's funny though? We lose, and guess what? This is all going to come back to that bobbled field goal before half. Get blown out. They covered the spread. Not the only positive thing that came out of it. The offense is good. Defense, though, that first half was ugly as hell. All right, so that's going to do it. Browns will lose, and not really mad about that. They kept it close, and Miles is now a sack away from the record. Okay. So, Watkins talking to Miles. Those two went to war today, that's for sure. So, that's going to wrap it up for this one. I'm going to get to work on my recap video, and not even mad. They kept it close. It is what it is. We're on full steam towards draft position time now. Besides, a win today might have ruined our chance at a top 3 pick. It would have been the most Browns thing ever. Oh, well. He's 1 sack away from the record. He's at 22 and a half now. Or 22. 1 more full sack and he's got the record. Wait, what was it? Suffered a broken leg? Ooh. But yeah, guys, I'm going to wrap this up, and I'll see you all later today for my recap video. Tomorrow I'll be live for Cavs and Hornets, and then maybe I'll find some other stuff to do. Might have a video out later talking about the Guardians. Maybe. But yeah, with that being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Shout out to everyone who came through today. Y'all the goats for real. Shout out to any Bills fans who popped in. It is what it is. Good luck on the rest of the season. I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, Browns. And I'm out. Bye. Yeah. No.